Dadmod's Media Machine presents the Brews with the Dudes podcast.
So wait, what was that?
Somebody taking a piece of ham and slapping it on a concrete slab.
And what's that the sound of?
Balls.
It's like two fat people fucking in the woods. I just said the ham, like it's a wet slap, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that what we're referring to?
Wet slab.
Wet slap. I got a wet slap. You got a dry hole.
What the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brews with the Dudes podcast. I am Jake Lindquist.
I'm Donnie Allen.
And we are sitting on a bench in a stranger's basement.
Yeah.
This guy baited us in with beer
and BMW parts.
Pictures of naked girls.
That too.
Yes.
So we're doing...
Wow. I feel like that was a swing and a miss with you. You're just like, okay, man, whatever.
So we're doing I don't want to quite say day drinking, but it's not nighttime. We're doing evening drinking.
It's not nighttime. Wow. You love eating bread, drinking bread.
Too heavy for you? You're gonna pull the whole thing. You want me to take care of that?
I think she's broken, dude.
I think you're broken.
Look at that. It looks like it's sitting in a little further. You don't got it. You don't got to fix it, man. You don't gotta.
You want it?
You don't gotta mess with it. It's gonna be good. We're gonna be fine.
All right.
Well, I'll survive.
You just gotta learn how to hold your
You
beer.
just don't gotta have that toolbox fall.
You gotta lift up.
No, man, you can see the gap is bigger on that side than on this side.
Yeah, you gotta lift up.
I think she's all screwed up.
Just.
Hey guys,
Whatever.
you guys ever have toolbox failures? Donnie does.
Well, it doesn't help that the bottom half of the toolbox is at work,
Yeah.
and I decided to leave the top half at home.
So you want to tell the people why that is?
Mainly because I don't have a desk at work or a workbench.
Yeah.
So I need a nice flat surface. And,
Yeah.
and my box is too small, so I need a bigger box.
That's what she said. So hey, you know what I hate? I hate
beer?
that cell phones now don't have headphone jacks in them.
Oh yeah, it's dumb as hell.
It's the stupidest thing. But what I especially hate about that is that they don't have headphone jacks, and the technology for like wireless headphones just has not caught up.
No, you're either spending a crap ton of money on a good pair of Bluetooth headphones, or you're spending $10 and they're gonna last you like a week, and then they're just shit out.
Right.
If you're
and
lucky.
like
If you're lucky.
I don't feel like they even stay in your ears.
No, they
like,
don't.
That's my biggest issue is like I cannot get these things to stay in my damn ears. Hey, there we go. I feel like I sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I think this microphone likes this microphone likes to be talked to the side. I don't know why that is.
It likes when you talk gentle to it.
Hi. Yeah. So anyway, I've got a Galaxy S21 now, and
nice.
I hate the fact that I got to get an adapter just to plug in headphones into this thing. So you got to have an adapter that's going into the USB-C, and the USB-C plug is terrible. Like that's always been a really bad plug for whatever reason. Every single phone that I've ever owned that's got that USB-C in it, like they just lose connection sooner than the old style.
Oh yeah, my charger will work for like the first 6 months of owning the phone, and then one night it'll just be like, oh, I don't want to connect. I know you perfectly plugged it in and set it gently down, but I just don't want to connect anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so I'm in the same boat where like I've had those kind of problems, and then I just ended up switching to wireless charging, and everything was fine and dandy, and I haven't cared. But now I kind of have to care because I've got this stupid issue.
Why are they not putting headphone jacks on phones anymore?
I'm gonna guess that it's just like it's one less point of failure. It's also less manufacturing. You know, it's like if you can set everything up with just Bluetooth, then it's easier probably.
Yeah, I get that, but
For them, easier for the manufacturer.
it sounds kind of nitpicking. It must be one of those like, we can save 20 cents a phone by not doing it. Oh, and so they do the numbers like, well, if we do that on all the phones, that saves us $200,000 a year or something.
They
something
don't
dumb.
give you chargers anymore.
Really? That's dumb as hell too.
Because they say it's e-waste. I don't know about you, but like I always have to buy multiple chargers and cords and stuff like that because the cords always fail.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
they bend and all that. And
this
fray.
has been driving me nuts because I got a really nice set of Galaxy Buds Pro, like the super expensive wireless ones, and I can't get them to stay in my frickin' ears. It's like they'll stay in my ears if I wedge them in there as hard as I can, which I don't have this problem with regular earbuds. So if I wedge them in there, no matter which tip I change on the thing, they say, yeah.
Sorry.
Like, they just will not stay in my damn ears. And I'm like, okay, well, I'd like to just be able to plug in some fucking headphones. Oh, I can't unless I get this adapter. And then this adapter is going to be bending on my fucking charging plug, too.
Do you have $10 in change?
Do I have $10 in change? In change specifically, like pennies or
No,
nickels?
like $10 and after tax, so like 75
So you're
cents.
saying I should buy the really cheap ones?
Go to Menards. I bought a really cheap pair.
The last time I bought a cheap pair of headphones from Menards, it sounded like, you know, when you were a kid and you had you took pop cans and like you cut off the top of it. No, they weren't pop cans; they were Solo cups. You take Solo cups with a piece of string,
Yep.
and then you'd talk in one end, and you have the thing nice and
Yeah.
taut. Yeah, that's the quality of sound that came out of these headphones I bought.
They're not awful. I bought a cheap pair for running, which, as you can tell, is working out really well.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
But they have the little.
Because you're drinking loaves of bread.
It's so tasty.
Peanut butter stout.
It's so good.
What do you think the nutritional facts are on this thing?
Well, it's gotta have some protein in it. That's peanut butter.
It's just gonna chonk you up.
I don't buy this all the time. Normally, it's Blue Moon or Lion Coolers, something a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But this is my wife might be giving birth literally any minute. I should probably have my phone on.
Yeah,
me the
you
more
should
I
have
think
your
about
phone on you. I'm gonna turn my phone on.
Let me
to the
grab that real
volumes. I doubt that she would be trying to get in touch with me if she's trying to get in touch with you, but I'm just gonna do the thing. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So anyway, it was just driving me nuts. I hate that that's the case. And today was like one of the main long days of having the headphones in pretty much the whole day. The headphones are amazing. The technology is amazing. They have active noise canceling built into them. So by some witchcraft, they take the audio that's coming into your ears and then it pulses it back or something like that. It cancels it out.
Weird.
It's the craziest thing. It's not like you're in one of those rooms where it's like the noise absorbing room, so it's like a zero sound room. It's nothing like that, but it's way quiet, like way quiet. And then they've also got an option where it will pipe in ambient noises outside while you're listening to things, so you can talk to people way better. Like
That's
it's
so
it's
cool.
super cool, but they can get the technology super good. Like you tap the outside of it and it does commands and stuff, but they can't get them to stay in your fucking ears. So what good is it?
So here's what you need: get some tape, or a sweatband. Get a sweatband and just.
I literally thought about getting like that medical tape and just putting like medical tape across my ear, and then I remembered, oh wait, these are $200 headphones. They're getting sent back. I am not not dealing with all this bullshit.
Yeah,
for
the only other
$200.
option you have is to wear like a beanie the whole time.
So my plan is to actually try these Beats by Dre style ones that have like an extra loop that goes over the top of your ear, so it cannot come off of your head.
That's all those $10 headphones are.
Yeah, so I've got a
They
set
seem to
like
work.
that already of wireless ones, and they've got like an attaching. Sorry guys, it's got an attaching cord across the back of it that merges one side to the other.
Yep.
But they're clunky. They're kind of big and fat looking too. So you look like, the guys used to walk around with Bluetooth headsets in or whatever, like the early ones that are like a fucking brick on the side of your head. Yeah. It kind of has that aesthetic. So I'm not gonna wear that other than that at the gym. But I'm looking at these Beats ones and they're super slim and like a lot more minimal.
I'd say try that. I mean, I'm a little jelly. You have more opportunities to wear headphones.
Yeah.
Office work, you probably get to wear them at the office occasionally and stuff like that.
Or if I'm ever doing any like supervision stuff, I can just turn off whatever's in the headphones and then I go back to talking
Lucky.
to the peoples or whatever.
Yeah, we have to wear earplugs at work, but we can't wear headphones. And I believe they have like ear protection,
Wait, you can
Headphones.
wear earbuds?
like normal earbuds. They're not for music and stuff like that.
Oh, so you couldn't have wireless ones
No.
then? They
No.
wouldn't like if you're listening to music?
They consider it a distraction. But then all my coworkers and myself act like children all day, and that's not distracting.
Like, okay, so are we talking a distraction? Like, yeah, maybe if you've got Pornhub going in the background and you're just listening to people bang, but I don't see how that'd be a distraction to listen to, like, Johnny Cash while you're trying to wire some shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem that distracting.
No,
to me.
so instead I just have my Bluetooth speaker and it's cranked up, and then my boss comes out and says, "I don't know what you're listening to, but you need to turn it down."
You need to turn them on a Marth off. You are upsetting the boomers.
He's like, "Why are you listening to a car crash?"
Nice. Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? It's
Yeah,
it's
man.
my sugar.
Nope. Did your wife have a baby? She's
That's-
like,
that's
I
your
can't
phone.
touch. I know.
Did your wife have a baby?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, no, but the wife complaining about kid stuff. Okay, can't help you right now, wife. I love her. I'm supportive. Don't worry. Don't let that reflect. So yeah, that's my first world problem this week. Is I'm dealing with that. What's your first world problem this week?
Engineers.
Engineers. Why? What are they doing?
So I'm almost done with this 400-hour job of swapping chassis on a truck. So it was a unit truck, bucket truck, whatever you want to call it. And we took all the body stuff off the deck, the unit itself, and pulled the chassis out and put a new one on. All new hydraulic lines, all new electrical.
Yeah.
Got everything hooked up. Couple of dumb shit I had to fix, but I can't get any of the hydraulics to work. There's a PTO, which is called a power takeoff. And
Okay, yep.
it's just pretty much a hydraulic motor on the side of the transmission. You hit a button, solenoid activates it, and now you have hydraulic stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
But we tie into the factory TCM stuff to say, hey, are you in neutral? Do you meet the RPMs that we need to run all of it? Is it okay if we do this? Cool. Now we can engage it.
Okay, nice. Yep.
And that's not working.
Oh, that's no good.
So this chassis was provided by the customer, and the engineer I'm working with is out in Oregon, so I have to deal with the time change as well. And he's like, "Oh yeah, customer supplied. I checked the codes on it. It should have everything you need. You're good to go." It does not. We send 12 volts from our module to the TCM saying, "Hey, can we do this?" And it sends 12 volts back. Well, that signal wire to the TCM doesn't exist.
Oh boy, really?
So I got to figure that out today. And he kept telling me, he's like, "Oh no, it should be there. It should be there." I'm like, "You're full of shit." So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to run my own special wire. You tell me, am I allowed to cut this wire? When I call you and I say, I got to cut into the TCM factory harness, can I do that? Am I going to fuck anything up?
Yeah.
And so that was my day.
Yeah, wow, that's
my first world
sounds
problems.
like
Is
fun.
just dealing with dumb shit.
I can't believe you have to deal with tech support at your job. That just sucks.
But I'm also tech support.
You are tech support. You are tech, and there's tech support.
I have engineers I answer. Or I get to
Where's
call.
the engineer support? It sounds like they're the ones who need support.
God, I don't know what they do. They probably just have a Facebook group together.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus.
I have this question, and then
How can we fuck things up as much as possible?
And I bet
for
you the
laborers?
first 3 answers on that Facebook page all the times is, "What did you Google it? Did you try the search bar?"
Did you try the search bar? God damn. Yeah, dude. I haven't dealt with shit like that in ages. I want to say, actually, mobile electronics. You know, we were talking earlier about, we both have backgrounds in doing electrical stuff. You're doing that currently. And I did it ages ago. Did mobile electronics, cruise controls, remote starters,
Heated seats, all that fun
amplifiers,
stuff.
heater seats. Yep.
Heater seats?
Heater seats. They're different than heated seats. Yeah. Yeah, where are we going with that?
First world problems?
First world problems. I don't know where we're going with that. Wow.
No clue.
Okay, cool. So, guys, I'm realizing that the video is it looks okay. Does it feel twitchy? Does it look kind of twitchy to you?
It looks like there's a little bit of lag.
Like,
Oh,
is there
there's definitely a little bit of lag.
like there's
between the
video
two.
lag, but I'm trying to decide if like the movement's not bad. It looked like it was a little slower moving earlier.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think you're too.
So we'll roll with
I
it.
think you're just too focused.
So here's the thing. We have it on auto right now, and that means that it's auto in that it thinks you might take a photo. So it's probably changing the shutter speed like as we're going. So what might be happening with this thing is the shutter speed, because it's a little bit darker garage, it's going like, oh, let's increase the decrease the shutter speed. So that means that there's the trailering effect, it's like yeah.
Fun. Luckily, there's
tech
like
stuff.
15 people that watch it.
Well, that's the good part. or maybe the bad part. I don't know.
Well, actually, I have a question to you people.
To Steve, who's watching.
Steve and Max.
And actually,
Ryan.
we are going to figure out the guest thing pretty quick here. A big part of why we're not doing the Zoom stuff just yet is because I've got a whimpering dog inside of my house. So now it's like become really impossible to do a podcast where we were doing it in my house because the dog is literally in that room and it would make it impossible to do it. So we're working out. We want to start doing this in person and having guests.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Where's that going with this? Even you lose my train of thought.
Oh, dude. I heard, and I need to look into this again. I heard that Minnesota's looking at decriminalizing the ganj.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently it's already like fairly decriminalized here. Like we're one of the states where it's kind of a slap on the wrist. It's not as bad as it was.
It's definitely up to the cop, but I feel like most law enforcement, as long as you don't have like 10 grand on you and like a fuck ton, which is an actual measurement, you can Google search that.
Is it really?
Yeah, okay. fuck ton. It's slightly bigger than. Never mind. I'm not gonna say the other measurement.
Okay.
But most of them will be like, oh, you have $20 worth. Just I'm gonna take this, but go about your way.
That sounds like the white experience.
It might be.
Some people might say that's white privilege.
It probably is.
So okay, I've never dealt with anything like that, so I don't know.
I haven't
what
either.
What getting picked up for something like that is like. But anyway, so like there's jabber I'd heard that they're introducing a bill to decriminalize it, which is the next step is to legalization.
Well, I have a feeling that because our politics here in Minnesota are all over the place.
They are all over the place. We have some incredibly blue cities in a sea of rural red.
Yes. Yeah, it's all sorts of fucked up.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't have high hopes. I mean, I want to have high hopes, but I don't because this is like the third or fourth time in the last couple of years they've tried to push something through. And
in the last decade, they've been trying to.
And Waltz has been like, hey, if it's on my desk, I'll sign it.
Right.
And it gets shot down by the House.
I think what's happening now is there's so much pressure because they're seeing all of these they're seeing states that are fairly conservative actually legalizing it too. And I think what that's doing is it's sort of like it's taking the pressure off of everybody here. It's normalizing it so that if you're on the conservative side and traditionally you've been against legal marijuana, whereas the Democrats have been pushing for it for ages, it's making it more okay for conservatives to sort of like meet in the middle and go, oh, okay, cool. Well,
I still don't get the conservative viewpoint on that though. What do conservatives love? Income, money. They would get so much tax-paying dollars because of it that they'd have a surplus.
It's definitely always been a little bit of an oxymoron to be against legal marijuana when like it is really the cash crop that hasn't happened yet. And in some states it has, and they're generating literally billions of dollars in sales, which, I mean, what does that equate to? It equates to tax dollars. It also means that there's more money in circulation in the state. So, it's a little bit of an oxymoron to say that you're against legalizing marijuana, but also saying that you're pro-business. It is a little bit of like, I don't know how somebody manages that perspective. I think like they've been kind of playing the moral card for a while now too, where they're saying that it's like it's a morality issue or something, which we all know it's absurd because I mean alcohol's legal.
Yeah.
If there's any substance that's immoral, it'd be
alcohol, tobacco.
It'd be alcohol, dude.
And fuck.
Nobody has ever gotten stoned and like killed people. I mean, like okay, maybe there's been some, but I would guess that like the amount of people that are murdered, that do murdering while they're drunk, as opposed to people that are just like stoned, like marijuana stoned, causing murder. I'm gonna guess there's pretty imbalanced.
Yeah,
figures.
they'd probably look at that like, well, that's gonna be really loud.
Yeah,
and completely throw off my vibe.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something
this.
along those lines. Exactly, it's just silly.
I think like the main reason though it's not legal nationwide yet is that if you got in an accident or you hurt somebody at work or you hurt yourself at work, how can we tell if you were high in that moment?
Right.
I think that's all it comes down to. I think the moment that they can say, we have this piss test that we can calculate within the last 24 hours or last 2 hours if you've smoked, or 8 if you're in edibles.
Right. So there's THC in your system
system.
currently.
Yeah, then I think they would just it'd be a no-brainer of like, well, now you don't have any excuses.
Well, I would say fucking get on it, guys, then, if that's important to you. Because if we can land somebody on Mars, or, well, we can land robots on Mars over
We can
and
fly a
over.
helicopter on Mars.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Isn't there a drone? It was a drone, right?
Yeah, there's a drone,
Yeah.
and it took a picture of the rover while it was doing flight.
That's so badass.
And it also,
It's nice to know that Rover has a friend up there.
it is awesome. I won't die alone this time.
Exactly. Oh, what a heartbreaker that was.
No, did you see that it also, I can't remember if it was the drone or the rover, but they produced enough oxygen on Mars that an astronaut could live without his helmet for 10 minutes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they were able to create enough oxygen for that, which is crazy to think about.
How did they create it?
I have no fucking clue.
Some
they didn't
witchcraft.
say.
Okay, so they can do all of that crap, but they can't piss test you. They can't, like, I don't know if, like, they just make you stare into a screen, or like you watch Jim Brewer, and if you giggle then you're high. I don't know, whatever whatever.
Oh, well, we have Led Zeppelin going on, and he tapped his foot 3 times,
yeah,
so he must
we
be
know
stoned.
he's stoned. It's clearly.
Well, let's see here. So we timed him. 1 bag of Doritos lasted 4 minutes and 15 seconds. The cutoff is 6 minutes. Yeah, he's stoned.
There he is, totally. He's big. So yeah, we don't have that science, but we can get somebody. We can make something breathe on Mars.
Yeah.
Come on now, guys.
It's just a matter of just, using taxpayers' dollars to actually do something for the taxpayer. That's all.
guess.
That's all it is. They don't want to spend the money to do the research, but they're going to bitch about the research.
Well, I think a big part of it too has just been the scheduling, because marijuana is a Schedule 1 drug. You can't get federal dollars. You can't even do the testing. You can't even conduct science.
How is that a?
Isn't that crazy?
fuck?
You literally can't, because it's a Schedule 1.
How do you classify marijuana and heroin in the same category?
It's you know.
That's like saying That's like
dude.
saying your Pinto and a Ferrari 458 are in the same race group. Like it makes
That's a hilarious way to put it.
But there's
yes.
no fucking way.
Yeah,
no fucking way.
I mean, that's about the level of sense that this whole thing is making. So, anyways, like, let's hope. I mean, Minnesota's got to be closing in on it, and when that finally does happen, I mean, we currently have a surplus. We are one of the few states that is operating in a surplus, significant surplus.
That's awesome.
We still have a surplus. Minnesotans have still continued to work, and I mean, I'm sure some people are really hurting, but I mean, from my understanding, Minnesota's done pretty damn good considering with this pandemic thing.
Yeah.
If at the end of it, all of a sudden marijuana becomes legal and we've got that new flow of funds running through the state.
We could finally fix some of our roads.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all of them, but we could fix some of them.
Yeah. So let's hope that works out, because I think that'd be super cool.
Maybe they could finally build Canal Park correctly.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't get damaged by storms every
Well, they
summer.
did. Haven't you been down there?
I haven't seen the finished product.
It's pretty badass.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know they were working on it.
Yeah, so I want to say in the last like 10 years or so, storms have gotten progressively worse, more intense. We always had intense storms in the past, but it wasn't like
Rip up the
like
road
we have
bad.
been. Yeah, like there's little bits of damage that would happen in the past, but this has been absolutely insane. Canal Park is basically an island. Canal Park and Park Point, or not an island, a peninsula.
Park Point can technically be an island.
Peninsula. No, it is.
It's an island.
Technically an island, I
Yes, it's
suppose.
got water on all 4 sides.
Peninsula-shaped island.
Canal Park is a peninsula though because it's got water on 3 sides.
Precisely.
Science, bitches.
Yeah, and so it gets pummeled when the storms happen, and we're like Lake Superior is pointing at us, so
Yeah,
like
there's
we
nothing to
get
stop it.
the brunt of the gnarliness. I mean, Lake Superior has had like, oh man, what do they call it? It's like those big chaotic waves that can happen out of the blue. I can't remember the term for it.
Not a tsunami.
No, it's not nothing like that level, but you can get these sort of instant surging
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
waves, and I can't think of what it's called. They've recorded like 50-some foot waves on a lake. That's how gnarly this thing gets. So when we get really nasty weather, and I bet you Steve can comment on that because he's had a lot of experience with the shipyard here in the shipping industry, so I'm sure he has a better idea of like what these storms actually get like. But those hit Canal Park, which is our beautiful tourist area, one of the beautiful tourist areas around here, and it destroys the lake walk.
Well, and because it's our beautiful touristy area, they refuse to put it's called a breakwater. Is that what it's called?
Breakwater, yeah.
Breakwater in because it's so picturesque and whatnot, they never put one in, and that probably would have fixed the problems years ago.
Yeah, a breakwater is just that. It slows the flow of the inertia of the waves or whatever
it breaks water
terminology is. Yep. Yep. But hey, I'm kind of glad that they haven't and they've gone this route so far. I mean, let's hope that we don't need to build a wall to keep the waves out.
God, that would suck.
Oh man. So yeah, man, what's new with the BMW? So the video series you guys will be seeing before too long, episode 3 of the year of the E30, and that is just before we get into the build.
Yeah,
we're telling the story.
So you guys will love that. You'll see some other German manufacturers featured in that. Not gonna give it away.
German manufacturers, the numbers for a name.
Yes. So that's exciting for that episode. As far as the current status of this, all the aluminum welding is finally done, other than I'm still waiting on my blow-off valve. They said 4 to 6 weeks. It's been 7. I emailed them. They said end of the month it's going to be shipped.
Okay.
Little ticked off about that, but it is what it is.
Supply chains. It's a nightmare, dude. So apparently the chip shortage is so bad that Holley Terminator kits are just completely like they've been sold out for months and nobody's got them and they're waiting on all that.
Everything is like that. So as some of you might know, I like disc golf. Disc golf suppliers are having a hard time manufacturing discs for distribution and whatnot.
Wow. It's crazy to think how much the pandemic just crippled the economy.
Got hit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I bought that Sniper EFI. I started seeing places selling out of them, and I was like, I've never seen this before. Yeah, and I was just like, screw it. I'll put it on the credit card right now, and just, like, it'll be here. It's not going to slow up my build. And I am so glad that I did that because you can't find them now. You can't find ECU stuff right now.
Yeah, and
crazy.
I'm lucky that the couple of things I did need to buy, like intercooler piping and intercooler radiator, that kind of stuff, none of that got messed with.
Yeah, that's great.
Surprisingly. And we're on to the point now where we're going to start wiring it. And even if I was going to do the pre-made harness through wiring, I should really look this up. Wiring specialist.
I think it's wiring specialists.
I think it is specialist.
Look at that over right now.
But even if I was going to go through them, their site says they have everything on hand. Like they're ready to go. It ships out within like 6 days of purchase.
Oh, okay. No, it is wiring specialties.
It is specialties.
It is specialties.
Yeah. So if I was going to go that route, it's still impressive that they guarantee it shipped out within a week.
Right.
But that would be a boring episode to have. Oh, here's us wiring it, and we're just like, boop,
we're just gonna plug in a harness. I mean, it'd be easier for us.
It's 5 minutes of B-roll, and then one dramatic scene where we're just.
Well, the irony is that in the end, we might still have to do that if we screw everything up.
Don't say that.
I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be that bad. And we've got buddies that have done SR swaps and other things, so we can just go like, which wires did you give 12 volts to? And
yeah,
they're
exactly.
Say, this one.
So yeah, this is my FMLA project.
You're gonna try and wire this thing. And,
I'm hoping to have the electrical done. In a perfect world, the electrical will be done. The engine will be out, and I'll start prepping the engine bay for paint. That's the perfect game plan. It all comes down to how my wife's feeling after pushing out a human. The condition of the human, and by condition I mean like, is she crying a bunch? How calicky is she and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like Harper's in school 3 days a week. Roman still goes over to grandma's to hang out with cousins and play and stuff. So it's just gonna be us.
Well, yeah.
It's gonna be us and a baby, and my wife.
Baby's gonna sleep a lot.
My wife pretty much called me fucking useless. So game on. I'm gonna call that bluff and spend some time in the garage.
Yeah, well, just own it, man. Be like, okay, well, if I'm so fucking useless, I'll see you later.
She's like, I don't need you. I'm like, all right, well,
that's awesome.
Guess who's getting shit done? I'm not getting paid for it, unfortunately, but
yeah. I mean, hey, it's whatever. I mean, you'll make progress. Back to the 80s is still happening, as far as I know.
Yeah, and I don't have hope. I've already planned. I'm not going to make Back to the 80s,
right?
Which is fine because June 12th, it's just too close. There's no time.
If by some miracle it happens, great. Probably not.
It probably won't, and there's another reason it's not going to happen. I didn't realize I double booked to that day.
Uh-oh.
I have a disc golf tournament up on the range.
Oh God, you'd go to disc golf over like a car event?
Depending on the events.
Oh man. Well, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It completely depends on the events. Because one is awesome car fun event, but the other one is working on myself, spending time with my friends, being outside hiking. Usually it's like 85, 90 degrees. It's just a beautiful summer day.
Getting wood ticks.
Yeah, more or less. Or like Tanner.
No, it's great. It's kind of funny. It's like I get the appeal in disc golf. I've gone enough times. I'm not good at it, but it's one of those sports like it's like anything that's called golf is kind of the same in that like you don't have to be good at it to have a good time.
It's just an
and the more
excuse to get
screwed
out.
up you are, the better your excuse is for why you suck at it.
Oh yeah, there's a meme I saw that said, "I don't suck at disc golf. I just get to play more than you do."
Yeah, exactly. My number is higher.
Yeah. Ooh,
Isn't that what we're going
it took
for?
you 3 shots. I got twice as many throws. Look
Yeah.
who had more fun.
I got 6 points. You only got 3. Suck it, bitch. Exactly.
But like I said, I don't see this getting done in time. There's too many things to iron out. I still have to get a drive shaft, put the fuel pump in.
Right.
Assuming electrical's gonna work. My phone went off as well, and I have a feeling it's the Facebook group we're both a part of.
Yeah, I think it is too. I'm just gonna go ahead and silence that. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
You don't need to hear the
No,
ding-a-ling.
and I'm just checking my phone.
Okay.
There'll be a little choking later on, but
What? Isn't your wife supposed to have a kid?
so
Jesus Christ.
it's supposed to help induce labor, apparently.
Choking?
Not choking, just having sex in general.
Well, yeah. But is choking involved? That's probably not good.
Usually, choking induces death.
You don't want to cut off the air supply for baby.
Or mom.
Or whatever.
Or mom.
I mean. Oh my god. Yeah, so the Ford is in the same position it was in. It's still just it's a wiring process.
So I know you're super bummed that Back to the 50s is postponed now until
I'm pretty bummed.
next year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, does it make you feel not quite as rushed then? Of like, okay, I can kind of be a little bit more methodical. I don't need to just rush through things to get it done. I can actually do things the way I want to do.
Yeah. So the whole like having how do I word this? It's a double-edged sword because at the same time, like having a strict deadline pushes you to get your shit done as fast as possible. If you're a hack, that's not a good thing. Having a closing deadline is not a good thing for somebody who's got hacky tendencies. But if you're anal retentive, like we can be, then it's not a bad thing. It's just like it's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So in this case, I don't have that stress anymore. So I know that like there was a good chance I was going to have this thing at least driving by then, and it would have meant I'm probably going to try and take it down unless there's some kind of like concerning thing going on with it, right? But now I'm going to take a little bit longer, I think. So I got to pick another deadline. I haven't decided what that deadline is going to be. I got to pick one. Some kind of cruise locally or something like that.
Yeah.
But something that's like towards the end of June or maybe
See if Pushing
July.
Pistons or DSC's doing a spring cruise and aim for that. Yeah, I think that's a good
something
plan.
to that effect.
That's kind of the plan for this is something not Power Cruise.
Yeah.
I want to have miles on before Power Cruise.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at like what's in June towards the end or early July. But even still, I still think that the car is gonna be starting by June.
Nice.
Like I'm hopeful. It's just wiring and then doing the fueling.
That's true.
That's kind of all that I got left. So it's you can run into issues pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, and then
with those things.
Then it snowballs, but
Yeah, but okay, so like the chassis wiring is getting pretty close, and then it's a matter of wiring in the MSD box and the Sniper EFI. So those things could be their own pains in the ass as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes, but it's, we're pretty close. Like we're at the point now where we're just wiring the engine bay and the taillights. Those things aren't too terrible to do in the first place.
They're all pretty simple power ground signal.
Yeah. Well, with the rear end, we got to do some fucking around to have brake lights and turn signals.
Yeah, so you got to wire in your relay, but
yeah,
it's still not that
relays, diodes, all that stuff. But it's not that bad at all.
No, it's not.
No, so that's kind of where things are at. Hopeful. I'm still feeling hopeful.
I think you got this. I think at the end of the day, we're still making good progress on both projects.
Oh hell yeah.
Being able to each sneak away a couple hours here and there to get shit done has been huge. I'm a little upset that my intercooler piping that was supposed to be like a week project turned into like 3 weeks because I had to keep rescheduling to get my stuff welded.
Oh, right.
But at the end of the day, it's like, what do? Your hands are I can't do it, so I'm kind of at the mercy of said person.
Oh, for sure.
But,
yeah, that's always tricky.
Yeah, we keep picking away at it.
Yeah, well, and it's in like, so you're past that process, so you get to have that relief of like, okay, now I'm moving on to the next thing here.
That's why I don't feel super bad for just kind of cleaning tonight, because I made a big mess with the one set of projects. So
right. Yeah,
Hell
guys.
yeah.
So I think that's going to conclude us for tonight. There's a very good chance your wife's going to pop out a baby tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, she's had the cramps. Yeah, she said that the cramps feel like they're not so bad when she's sitting down, but when she gets up and walks, it feels like her left leg is detaching from her body.
God damn.
Is what she told me, and I'm just like, I am so glad that my job in all of this lasted like 7 minutes. Like, this is sweet.
Oh my God.
I feel fantastic. I'm having a beer with my friend. My legs are attached. There's no cramping.
I know.
I feel great.
I cannot believe the shit that women go through to have children.
Yeah.
If it was up to us, I don't.
But see,
I don't know.
here's the thing though. Of dudes birthed kids, I feel easily back in the 80s, maybe 90s, dudes would have figured out a way to make it as simple and easy as fucking possible with the least amount of pain. Because we would do it once, like, oh no, that ain't happening.
We can improve this.
Yeah, we could definitely figure this shit out. Hey Tony, get over here. I have an idea.
They'd engineer something. God damn. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's just, it blows my mind. Like, every time a friend or somebody's going through the process and you hear the little things again where it's like, yeah, your wife's talking about how it feels like her pelvis is splitting in half.
God,
like,
yeah.
I listen to my wife talk about that too, and it's just, that is the most insane concept. It's crazy. Evolution has been really good to us cognitively and horrible for our bodies.
Yeah, and like our buddy Brandon is having a kid here soon, and I've told him a couple of times, like, you will never realize how useless you are until you're in that room and your kid is born, because all you're gonna do is just stand there and be like, sweet, good job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Keep breathing.
You're gonna
Keep
wipe
up that
some
breathing.
ass.
Yeah, you don't do shit. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is that it?
It is the wife.
Moment of truth.
Hello?
Hi, are you outside?
No, I'm in the garage.
Outside the garage, yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
We might have
Oh.
to have somebody here.
Jake's over, but yeah, I can wrap this up like
Oh
now.
yeah, you can get out of here.
Go
make it
Do you
happen.
need me to come get you?
Maybe.
Okay, let me go inside and get the bag, and let's just go. Just be safe, okay? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Awesome. Hey,
So
what a
on-
perfect way to end the podcast.
So on that note, just in case I don't see you, good evening, good night, and good day. I can't remember. I've only seen the Truman Show once.
Yeah, God bless. Well, they usually end it with that.
Something like
you can't
that.
say, you'll burst into flames if you say that.
Yeah, but I gotta take off.
Yeah, man.
Adios.
Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this
Bye.
concludes another episode of Brews with the Dudes podcast. I'm Jake Lindquist. That's Donnie Allen. He's
See
going to
ya.
have another baby. Sweet. I'm going to stay on for another moment just to make fun of you. No, I'm not. All right, bye, guys. See you later.